Good morning, fam. For those of you that don't know who I am and who's talking to you, I'm Mr. U. I'm the author and creator of Mirror Time with Mr. U. It's a blog that's through WordPress. It's gaining a lot of popularity. You may have seen some of my Facebook posts and you may be aware of some of the things that I've been saying. I've been a bit on the quiet side, if you can believe that. If you know me, you know better. But I've been kind of quiet. I've been getting a lot of questions within the past 3 weeks from friends who don't look like me that are asking my opinion about some of the things that's been going on in our streets and in our cities. They also have been asking my advice about what they can do to support me and to pray for me and stand with me. I've even heard some say that they're in a mourning period. I guess that means I'm in rigor because I've been mourning this situation for as long as I can remember. I'm at the point now I don't even have words to describe the numbness and the outrage and the anger and the hurt and the anguish. I'm out of words and I'm a wordsmith. I write. I use words all the time. I teach. I use words all the time. I mentor people. I disciple people. I use words all the time. This is one of those times where I don't know what more I can say. What I do know that in answering some of those questions that my friends have had, I've been asking them to kind of look at the standard, the blueprint for what love is supposed to look like. Are we crying out for it on social media saying it's not supposed to be this way and we can do better? And we're hearing all lives matter and we're hearing cop lives matter and we're hearing black lives matter. And we're not really thinking about the author of this life that matters so much. Why do we have it? Who gave it to us? What are we supposed to use it for? And that's when we start getting into more of a deeper meaning of what love is supposed to be about. How we're supposed to walk in love. We're only alive today and we only have the benefits that we have today that we're so fortunate to have. It's because of love. And love's the only reason why we have it. It's not because we're great, that we're special, we're pretty, maybe all those things, but it's not because of that. It's because Jesus first loved us that we can be able to love others in that capacity. It's because we are still alive and breathing today and not dead. It's because of love. People are using love like it's a catchphrase, like it's something we can use at random whenever we feel it necessary, or use it as a weapon. Even people say, "I love my country and I love my church," in the same light that they say, "I love my pizza" or "I love my body wash," and it's like that's not the biblical definition of what love is, and it's not the intended meaning. At the core, when you dig down deep into what love means, use all the resources you can find, but when you dig down deep enough, you find that love is commitment. When my friends are asking me what can they do, I'm speaking to their commitment. If you say you love me, if you say you love people who look like me, and you love your black and brown brothers and sisters, commitment is what we need to see. I'm not asking anybody to put money into causes. I'm not saying for ask people to walk and march and hold up signs and shout into megaphones. I'm asking for commitment. Commitment on a regular basis. Commitment to stay in touch. Commitment to stay close. Commitment to hear each other. Commitment to read, to learn. Commitment to pray. Commitment to seek the Lord's face on what He says is best. I think what's most concerning a lot of times, and I have shared this with some of my friends, is that it's not the hateful things that you hear people say from behind the security of a keyboard, where they hide behind emojis and profile pictures and flags, but the most concerning thing is those that have a voice, that have influence, that know what the biblical definition of love means, what it means to love your brother and sister and be committed to one another. Those that know how they are strangely silent and they hide behind happy memes and are more content with minding their own business. And I'm challenged with that. I don't understand that. So when people are coming to me and they're asking me, and if you watch this video and you decide you want to do the same, and you want to come to me and talk and share ideas and ask my opinion, you're going to hear about commitment. You're going to hear about those things that I believe matter more than anything. I just want to just leave you with this thought from the Bible, from 1 John chapter 3, verse 11 to 18. I want to read it for you. For this is the message you have heard from the beginning. We should love one another. Unlike Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because his deeds were evil and his brothers were righteous. Think about that for a second. Verse 13. Do not be surprised, brothers and sisters, if the world hates you. We know that we have passed from death to life because we love our brothers and sisters. The one who does not love remains in death. Verse 15. Everyone who hates his brother and sister, or sister, is a murderer. And you know that no murderer has eternal life residing in him. This is how we have come to know love. He, meaning Jesus, laid down his life for us. We should also lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. And you can look at John chapter 15, verse 13 for a reference on that as well. Verse 17. For if anyone has this world's goods and sees a fellow believer in need, but withholds compassion from him, how does God's love reside in him? And lastly, verse 18. Little children, let us not love in word or speech, but in action and in truth. So I'm just encouraging my brothers and my sisters today, no matter what you look like, no matter what influence you have, I'm asking you today not only to pray like you've been doing and ask questions like you've been doing, reading books like White Fragility like you've been doing, calling your friends who don't look like you, who are black and brown, and let them know that you're there and you support them and you stand with them. Those are all admirable qualities and I appreciate it. It's great. I'm asking for action, consistent action. Not only just pray consistently, but be there consistently. Step up. Step into places of discomfort for you. Step into conversations and circles that in times past you would have never gone into. Start doing that today. I don't mean the homogenous zone that you've been walking in. Those haven't been fruitful for you up to this point. Look how far it's gotten you. I'm asking you to step a little further into places that make you uncomfortable, that make you cringe a little bit because of what you have to hear coming from the mouths of people who look like me. And I'm asking you to do what this Bible says that I just read. Do what that word says. Live it out. But also just don't forget about people who look like me, who could be a George Floyd, who could be a Rashard, who could be a Trayvon. I'm just asking you to think about that a little deeper than you already have. Don't hide in your flags. Don't hide in your First Amendment rights. Don't hide in your statues and your monuments. Don't hide behind your keyboard and your emojis and your memes. I'm asking you today to take a little deeper look. Look in the mirror. And you don't have to tell me, but ask yourself, what do you see? Who do you see? I love you guys and look forward to hearing your questions and your thoughts. And thank you for subscribing to Mirror Time with Mr. U. Mirror Time with Mr. U.wordpress.com. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Love you guys.